Oh good, you're here. You remember that chainmail mask that I started about 4 years ago? The one with the green stones? No, the green stones. No green. Guess what I did? I finished it. I finally finished it. I started it in 2017. This was before I had even decided to start posting on YouTube. So I didn't actually get any footage of the chainmail process or the wire weaving process. I understand that this is different than wire wrapping because it's a lot messier, so I'm not calling it wire wrapping. This is just a cold connection sculpture using various gauges and colors of wire. At least at first, that's what it was. I started this sculpture with just 2 spools of wire. Now it is finally done. Let me show you what I do have. Like I said before, I didn't have a pattern for this mask. I just was coming up with things off the top of my head as I was going. I decided on green semi-precious stones and crystal formations to incorporate into this because it has bronze and, is it brass? I guess brass. Bronze and gold color scheme, and I thought that the green would look nice with it. Beyond that, I didn't really have a plan. I knew that I wanted to incorporate a chaotic look and have the crystals coming in no particular pattern through the mask. I decided to put a leather backing underneath of the spider-webbed wire just so you could see what was going on with the crystals and the spider webs. I found a giant crystal formation that I decided to put in the eye. Like I said, I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really have a plan for this. I picked green, and then I knew that I wanted to connect man-made metals and weaving and chainmail with natural crystal formations and semi-precious rocks. I tried to get the semi-precious beads in as natural a form as I could find. I understand that the crystals that I used were not naturally dyed. They were dyed with something else, so they are plated or something. So that was not their natural color. But I like green and I wanted to use green, so I did. Right now I am building up a wire mesh to create the rock formation that will be growing up and around the mask. Oh, and Addie came to say hello. Again, I was going by instinct in what I thought looked good. I wasn't necessarily thinking through. This was a lot of experimentation and a lot of just pushing myself to do things that I'd never done before. And that in itself, I think, is a triumph because fear held me back from finishing this piece for a while. I'm now putting styrofoam in to support the mesh so that I can build the paper paste up on it without wasting as much paper paste. Does that make sense? Did I express myself adequately? So I'm using SUNYIK clay. It's a paper paste clay. You just add water. You can build it up. I love the texture of it. This was when I was back in my apartment and I was trying to figure out what setup was the best. I was trying 2 different angles, and Jelly edited this wonderfully. I love the way that it fades between the 2 shots. So I'm just building up the paper paste around the styrofoam and the mesh wire. I am leaving texture in it. That's the whole point. The paper paste creates a great texture that it looks organic and that I can form and paint to look like rock. Oh, it was back when I had hair. I'm just placing the crystals right now, trying to make them look organic, like they're organically growing out of the rock. I know that this is not how this works, but that's okay. Last few touches. Now, I don't know what happened to the painting footage, if I just wanted to paint it quickly to get it finished, but this is a point where I thought I was done. I was preparing for my midpoint review for my master's degree, and I thought I was done. And then I sealed it with some Mod Podge, and it took out all of the depth of color, and it also left white splooges everywhere. I don't even want to tell you what it looked like. So I walked away from this sculpture for probably about 6 months at least. I was really upset because I liked the way that it had looked before I sealed it, and then it looked like garbage after I sealed it. I didn't want to leave it looking like garbage, obviously, because I've worked very hard on it, and now I didn't want to leave it looking like garbage. So I decided to go back in, and I added a layer of dry brushing over top of it with some brown. And I was so pleased to see that that in itself started bringing out the colors that I had initially painted it, greens and browns and grays, and even some purples and golds started bringing those back out. So I put another layer of the brown, and then I went back in with some more purples and blues and greens and golds to bring out the crystals and to make the rocks look mystical, I suppose. There I'm going in with some purple, just dry brushing everything, and very scarcely, because every layer that I put on brought through color from previous layers under the sealant. So I was pleased as I went. It didn't take very long to revitalize him. Everybody calls this piece a her, but I always saw it as a him. Also, this was a new camera angle. I wanted you guys to be able to see what I was doing, but I also needed to see what I was doing. So I apologize that my head makes several appearances. I unfortunately had to go over the crystals as well because the splooginess was all over everything. But I am pleased to report that I did find some colors of paint that fit the crystal's original color very well. So I'm very pleased with how that turned out. I only needed to do one wash over top of the crystals, so I understand that this is not necessarily truth to medium, but I think that I am trying to argue art school points when honestly I love the way this looks, and I hope you guys do too. I'm just going back through making sure that each angle looks the way that I want it to. Thank you, head. Here's where I think I'm done for the second time. Placing all of the pieces of chainmail back to where they go. I did weave the bits of hair together, but I had to leave holes for where the crystals poked through. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions, if you guys would like to see a tutorial on my process. Honestly, I don't know if I filmed myself starting any of the other chainmail masks, but I have an idea for a new one, so when I start that one, I will film it. It's a deal. Wait, what's going on here? I thought you were done. I thought you were done. Be done. Just be done. Excuse me. had to go back over everything with a layer of brown dry brushing because I am a perfectionist and I need whatever. I just had to go back over it with one more layer of brown to cut down on the shine of the purple and blue and green and gold that I added. I also used the brown to show the connection with the rock and the crystals to make the crystals look like they'd been there for a long time or had been growing out of the rock. Seriously? You're still going. Pulling some cat hair out of there. Oh, I missed a crystal, that's why. Alright, I suppose that's alright. Isn't he beautiful? I need to get one of those spinny things that they have for cakes so that I can smoothly spin my art and you can see how lovely or whatever. Well, what do you think? Couldn't be more pleased, honestly. It came out pretty much exactly how I pictured it in my head. And that's all I can really ask for. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know, do you work with metal? Do you work with heat and metal? Do you work with the cold connections? Let me know everything. Okay, bye! Like, comment, subscribe, please. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. I love my life.